Okay, so it is currently October 9th at around 3:28 p.m. As you can see here, I've been hard at work building a Gundam Heavyarms model kit, and so far I've only got the legs done. I've been spending a lot of time just painting it and putting panel lines. As you can see here, I panel lined this leg entirely. It's got all the panel lines and details on it. And this one has yet to receive those same panel lines. I left it like this just to compare them. They are in fact painted. The feet were actually molded all in red. I had to paint them. I painted them red and then I painted them white at the top. And of course I also painted the legs themselves, even though they were molded in white. The reason I painted on the white part was mainly because it was molded in a white that almost looked gray. It just wasn't very bright. It didn't look like the box. It didn't even look like the enemy. So I painted all the white parts with flat white tester's paint. Then over here I have more painted white parts. I painted the face, and I actually painted on those eyes. I don't know if you can see it that well. This camera isn't focused. But instead of using the stickers, I decided to paint the eyes because it looked better. And I've also painted the doors for the chest. These were actually molded all white, so I painted them over with flat white. Then I put on the blue stripes, and instead of using the included stickers, I painted those orange panels. It looks a lot better. Painted the antennas, and of course I painted the Gatling gun. I've painted these shoulder parts, thrusters, and the backpack. I'm actually going to do a repaint of this. It's actually supposed to be darker than these parts, so I'm going to repaint it. I painted this handle, this extra handle for the minigun. And then on my other white runner, which is missing some parts, I have a couple parts that have been painted. Some that haven't been painted. Like this one's been painted, and these haven't. I decided to leave them in the stock yellow. I painted these orange panels. These were actually molded orange, but I like the orange paint I had better, so I painted them and panel lined them. Then this part was kind of tricky to paint. This was all orange when it came out of the box. So what I did is I went and I painted it gray on the front, and then I put the search eye on it and a couple panel lines. I don't know if you can see them now. And this crotch piece has been painted and panel lined. I painted and panel lined the knife, which actually molded all white, was it? It was either all white or all gray. I can't remember. I think it was white. Yeah, this was originally all white. I painted it gray, and it seemed that the painting guide called for white on the edge, but I put silver because I liked it better. It looks shinier, looks more like a knife to me. That about covers that runner. Then my last one is the red runner. All the red parts were on here. They were all molded in red, but I decided to paint them anyway. The red I use is pretty much the same as the runner. It's just a bit more solid looking. I like the solid look that the paint gave to it. Put panel lines in some of the parts. This was kind of tricky, but I finally got it done. Put gray in there. And I painted this orange. This was originally all red. I had to paint that orange. Got some parts for the forearm there. I have the chest Vulcans. You probably can't see them very well, but they're painted and detailed. The shield, I don't really like the way this came out. I might repaint that. Front skirts, back skirt, just mainly just armor on this area. The main body and armor of Heavyarms. That about covers all the runners. As far as assembly, like I mentioned earlier, all I have is the legs. I took out these parts from the runners, but I haven't put them together yet. And I got the lower waist, I believe. Yeah, that's the lower waist. I got to press it together. There we go. Hope I didn't break anything. No, it looks fine. That about covers how Heavyarms is going. Now, onto the diorama itself. I took 2 sheets of thin foam and glued them together, and at the top, I don't know if you can see it too well, but I sprinkled model railroading snow all over it. In fact, I think I might turn off the lights real quick just so you can see it. You can actually see this better in low lighting. So let me set this down for a second. Okay, I have changed the lighting conditions. It's starting to show up on camera. There's some fine details. I don't know if you can... Yeah, there we go. I think you can kind of see it from here. There's snow all over this board. And the 2 models here are just high-grade Thrones Vi and high-grade Zaku. I only put them here just to test fit the board and to see what it would look like when 2 mobile suits are on it fighting. This is pretty much what it's going to look like after it's finished. There's going to be 2 mobile suits, except it's going to be Heavyarms and Tallgeese. They might be slightly closer than these 2 are to each other. But so far, I think this is coming along pretty well. I think it actually looks better than the models themselves. So this part's just about finished. All I need to do is glue the base onto it to reinforce it. And that about covers the board. Just one last look at the snow. This is actually the first time I've used this model railroading scenery, and for my first time I think it came out pretty great. All that's left now is to glue this to the board and clean up all the rest of the snow that I have all over this master bathroom. And in case you guys are wondering why I'm using the countertop of a nice bathroom for this build, it's mainly because it's the only place that has enough space right now. I don't have a lot of space everywhere else. And I have a loft I could use. I have a table over there, but I didn't want to fill up that room with fumes because my dad is in there a lot and he's really sensitive to the paint fumes and stuff. So I decided to come here and mess up the master bathroom. Not to worry though. I have lots of paint thinner and shop rags. I can clean that right up. Okay, so enough about that. More about the models. So Heavyarms is coming along nicely. The paint is too thick in some areas, but I'm going to take care of that with some thinner and maybe buy some extra fine brushes. The diorama is coming along great, as you can see over there. So after these 2 are done, the only thing left is to prime and paint Tallgeese. Now I started painting Heavyarms before I acquired my primer, which is, let me see where it is. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. I bought this after I started painting Heavyarms, so Heavyarms will be painted without any primer whatsoever. However, since I've not built the Tallgeese yet, I've decided to spray it with primer and then paint it. So even though these parts are white, they're going to be painted gray with the primer and then painted once more in a flat white. And the shield, I don't think you can see the shield details there, but there's a falcon or an eagle or something in the middle. It's actually right here in the sticker. I've decided that I'm not going to use the sticker and I'm going to paint that on instead. It's going to be a bit more difficult, but I think it's going to be worth it. I'm also going to paint the headdress instead of using the sticker. And also the neck pieces with yellow and black stripes. Basically, I'm not going to use any of these stickers, so I'm just going to use paint instead. And even though these parts over here are molded gray, well, a really dark gray. Actually, this is black. Yeah, I'm not sure this is charcoal. I think I think this is like a charcoal color. These are molded in the charcoal color, but in the pictures, the manual and the box, it looks slightly lighter. However, it is darker than what I used on Heavyarms, so for that, I got some paint. There we go. But this darker looking gray. It's not even called gray, it's called grun. You probably can't see it, but it says grun. I have no idea what that means, but looks like a darker gray. This is like the darkest one I could find. I didn't like the military gray because it looked the same as what I had. So I got Model Master Grun. And for Tallgeese's beam saber, I got this, what is it, Piping Pink by Model Master. It actually looks a little too light, so I might use a combination of this and red mixed with white paint to make that purplish pink beam saber that Tallgeese had. Or I could just blend this with white, make it lighter somehow, but I doubt that. Anyway, that's about all I really have to say right now. The next video I do might be an in-progress video for Tallgeese, or just the completed project video. I'm really not sure. But Tallgeese is probably going to look a lot better than Heavyarms. It's going to be painted properly. All these parts are going to be primed before they're painted. I think it's going to look a lot better than Heavyarms. I know I've said it a lot, but I really feel that Heavyarms could have come out better. And I'm not even finished yet, but I already know the other one's going to look better. I still have a couple little seam lines to fill up. I need to watch a tutorial on how to do that. But so far this project is looking pretty good. I'm really proud of the job I've done so far. And once it's completed, it's going to look really, really great. I can't wait to show it off at the contest. So stay tuned to my channel to see the rest of the videos in this series, and for much more in the future about model kits, and eventually more radio control stuff as I acquire more money and the weather gets better. So that about covers it. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions or comments, feel free to put them in the comments section, or leave a video response if you wish. Be sure to like this video and subscribe. And that's about all for now. I'll see you at my next video. This is Nitro Junkie 626 signing off.